Maddie, can you read this one?
No man has been drafted in the U.S. since Vietnam. Men are still made to sign
Oh.
up for the draft in case of World War III, where everyone dies. Hence, this does not support the argument that men are oppressed in the U.S.
Okay, well, I won't linger too long on this, but I've made this point plenty of times. But when it comes to Vietnam, there are men that would be alive today that aren't because they were drafted in Vietnam. And there are men who are alive today who were drafted in Vietnam who have injuries, who have of both body and mind. Now, when it comes to the selective service, when it comes to the selective service, there are still actual real tangible negative consequences that are exclusively upon men because, for example, there's $250,000 fine. You can be prosecuted. Are there prosecutions? No, but if you don't register for selective service, you are barred from receiving federal student loans. You're barred from certain federal programs. You're barred from certain federal benefits. I think there's a couple other things that you can't vote if you don't register for the selective service. So if women say that in the 1910s that they were oppressed because they couldn't vote, well, if as a man you're forced to register for the selective service, otherwise you're not allowed to vote, I think that's evidence of oppression. So,
well, not only that, but notice how inside of that chat he drove kind of a straw man in as well, which is, well, no man has been drafted since Vietnam. That really has nothing to do with anything. And then he says, well, if World War III happens, that just means everyone died. It's like, no, that's also not true. The truth is that the form of oppression here is that men can be pressed into selective service because nobody gives a shit about them, and women can't, and yet they gripe on the opposite side about things that they consider to be oppressive to them when they will never have to make that ultimate sacrifice. That's the point.
And Andrew, if I can ask you, his claim that in the case of World War III, in the event of World War III, does that necessarily mean that it would be a nuclear apocalypse?
No, of course not.
So
That's the ridiculous. Yeah, that's the second ridiculous part to the claim. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, and look, it could be because there's multiple countries that have nuclear weapons. Could World War III lead to a nuclear apocalypse? Possibly, but maybe it doesn't start that way. In any case, the men would still be drafted.
During Vietnam, we've had nuclear weapons the entire time. We've been in conflicts across the world, so.